Hello everyone, we are Group 6 or We Bear Bears, and this presentation focuses on understanding tourist experiences in Kuala Selangor using Google reviews. By analyzing visitor feedbacks, common themes, overall sentiments, and key factors influencing tourist satisfactions can be identified. These findings provide us valuable insights into the strengths and area of improvement required for the selected attractions and restaurants. With that in mind, let's move on to our study area.
Next is study area. The area we choose to focus on is Kuala Selangor, so it is managed by the local council and PKS. What made this place interesting is that it has a bit of everything, from developing towns to traditional fishing village and also protect nature reserve. Next, to really understand the tourism vibe here, we focus on four main anchors, which are the Kuala Selangor Nature Park, Bukit Melawati, Pantai Remis, and the Kampung Kuantan Fireflies Park, also along with a mix of popular dining spots from heritage cafe to famous seafood restaurant. Next, why do we take this approach? Well, instead of doing traditional paper surveys, we decided to analyze Google Map review. So this will let us to see the actual and also real-time feedback from visitors. For example, things like parking shortage or overcrowding.
Before moving on to the findings, we're going to talk a little bit about the methodology used. So Google reviews served as the main source for our data, and we only included the most recent reviews to make sure that our information stayed relevant and current. The reviews collected was then analyzed into common keywords, grouped into themes, and each review was later classified as positive or negative to better understand the visitor's overall experiences. Starting off with tourist attraction 1, which is Kuala Selangor Nature Park. It is a nature-based tourist attraction located in Kuala Selangor. The park is well known for its mangrove forests, wildlife, and birdwatching experiences. The park operates daily from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an entrance fee of only 4 ringgit per person. What makes this place stand out is its rich biodiversity, peaceful surroundings, and commitment to wildlife conservation. After reviewing the collected feedback, several recurring themes became apparent. Most visitors focused on the park's natural environment, wildlife observation, and overall visitor experience. At the same time, comments regarding the maintenance, condition of the facilities, and environmental challenges were also repeatedly mentioned. These reviews highlight the aspects of the parts that the visitor enjoyed and also the areas that may require further attention. Bringing everything together, the overall sentiment towards Kuala Selangor Nature Park was largely positive. Visitors appreciated the biodiversity, scenic surroundings, and the opportunity to observe wildlife in a natural setting. However, recurrent conditions such as facility conditions, maintenance issues, and the mosquito disturbances were also noted. Despite these challenges, the strengths of the parks were more frequently mentioned, suggesting that most of the visitors had an overall positive experience.
Next, I will be presenting the second tourist attractions, which is Pantai Remis. Pantai Remis is located in Sungai Sebilang, Jeram, approximately 20 kilometers south of Kuala Selangor. It is a popular ecotourism destination known for its coastal sceneries, beautiful sunset view, fresh seafoods, and relaxing environments. Visitors can enjoy activities such as fishing, kite flying, and leisure activities with families and friends. Facilities including toilets, playgrounds, and food stalls are also available to enhance visitor convenience. Next, I will discuss the coding and theme analysis. Based on the tourist review, 8 main themes were identified. The first theme is scenic and natural environments, which highlights the sunset views, sea breeze, and coastal sceneries. The second theme is relaxations and tourist satisfactions, reflecting visitors' enjoyments and relaxations during their visits. The third theme is food and seafood experience, focusing on local food, fresh seafood, seafood markets, and pricings. The fourth theme is family and recreational activities, which include activities such as kite flying, picnic, and family outings. The fifth theme is facilities and accessibility, covering public facilities and visitor convenience. The sixth theme is beach condition, referring to the physical characteristics of the beach. The seventh theme is environmental issue, which includes cleanliness and noise concerns. Finally, the eighth theme is community experience, which focuses on interactions with local residents and vendors. Based on the findings, Pantai Remis has several strengths and attractions. Many visitors enjoy its natural beauty, especially the beautiful sunset, fresh air, and relaxing sea breeze. Fresh and affordable seafood from local fishing communities is also major attractions. The beach is suitable for activities such as kite flying, picnics, and family gatherings. In addition, facilities such as public toilets, parking area, food store, and nearby mosque makes visit more convenient. Tourists also appreciate the friendliness of local residents and vendors, which creates a welcoming atmosphere. However, there are also some weaknesses. Some tourists also feel that seafood prices have increased as the destination has become more popular. Some visitors mention the rocky shoreline, limited sandy areas, and low tide which make the beach less suitable for swimming. Cleanliness and waste management issues were also mentioned in several reviews. Furthermore, motorcycle gathering sometimes creates noise that affects the peaceful environments. In conclusion, Pantai Remis is a popular recreational destination that offers beautiful scenery, fresh seafoods, and a family-friendly environment. Addressing cleanliness and noise-related issues could further enhance the overall visitor experience.
Alright, let's move on to the third tourist attraction, which is the Kampung Kuantan Fireflies Park. This place is directly managed by MPKS and it's actually a massive driver for the local economy. Basically, starting at 7:30 p.m., visitors will take a ride down the Selangor River to see thousands of fireflies lighting up the berembang trees. The best part about this park is its commitment to conservation. Instead of using loud and motorized boats, they strictly use traditional and wooden rowboats, which locally known as sampan. So this to ensure it protects the ecosystem and make the whole experience really peaceful.
To really understand the visitor experience, we took all those Google Map reviews and coded them into six main themes based on visitor sentiment. So starting with the positive, the visual and atmosphere was a huge standout because people love the quiet river and constantly compared the fireflies to Christmas tree. Next, nature and conservation also scored really well, with visitors strongly prefer the traditional rowboats over noisy engine. And for service and organization, the Pendayong or bookmen also got a lot of praise for their knowledge, safety measures, and how easy the payment process was. On the other side, the data show us some clear challenge. Under environment dependency, we saw a direct correlation where guest satisfaction dropped if it rains or if a bright full moon hide the fireflies. For comfort and facilities, the main issue brought up were mosquitoes and the ergonomics of the boat seats. And finally, looking at the overall visitor experience, while everyone agreed it's great for families, visitors often got really frustrated when they are trying to take night photos on their phones. For our finding and discussion, we identified three core strengths from the data. First, the stunning visuals. Visitors were absolutely amazed and they constantly mentioned that how the fireflies create this incredible Christmas tree lighting effect on the river. Second, the professional guides. The boatmen received a lot of praise for not just prioritizing safety but also for their educational storytelling along the ride. And third, the family appeal. The park is highly accessible with great facilities like children playground and also a really smooth card and cash payment system. Then we also have a few identified challenges. The main complaint centered around weather dependency, the issue with mosquitoes down at the river, and also the physical discomfort tourists felt from sitting in those low wooden boats. To solve this issue, we came up with a few recommendations for strategy improvement. First, for retail, we suggest installing vending machine right at the ticket counters that sell only scentless mosquito repellent, so tourists stay comfortable without scaring the fireflies away. Second, for comfort, MPKS can easily provide soft seat cushion for the boats, which would be a huge help, especially for our elderly visitors. And lastly, for signage, we recommend installing moon phase chart so people know when the visibility is at best, along with friendly enjoy the moment signs. So this is a great way to manage visitor expectation so they don't get frustrated when they are trying to take perfect photos in the dark.
Next, we'll be taking a look at our last tourist attraction, which is Bukit Melawati. Bukit Melawati is essentially a historical hilltop located in Kuala Selangor, which is around 70 kilometers northwest of Kuala Lumpur. The place itself is rich in historic ruins such as cannons and fortress that was used during the Dutch Selangor War. Well, today, it's well known for the silvered leaf monkeys and breathtaking views of the Strait of Malacca. So looking at its attraction, there are lots of historical places such as the Altingsburg Lighthouse, fort ruins, and the famous Batu Hampa. Some activities that the tourists can do there is feed the monkeys, take beautiful photography, and hike up to the hill. Some of the provided facilities at the area is an electric tram that can carry tourists up and down the hill, souvenir and food stalls. Looking at its coding and theme analysis, we can find out that there are four theme analysis that we have done. First, it's wildlife attraction. The presence of the silver-leaf monkeys, which are unique, and the close interaction between the visitors and the monkey itself. Next, the natural scenery and environment. The scenic views, hilltop panorama, fresh air, and lots of photograph opportunity scenes. Third, it's the facilities and accessibility. The facilities focuses on public facilities and visitor convenience, including toilets, parking areas, walking paths, and the tram service. Lastly, its historical and cultural heritage. The lighthouse, fortresses, cannons are a major tourist attraction as it was once a part of the historical Dutch Selangor War. Lastly, moving on to the findings and discussion of Bukit Melawati, we have identified four strengths and attractions. Number one, the natural environment. The scenic view at the hilltop is one of the reasons most tourists went there. Its historical and cultural heritage, the historical fort, lighthouse, and cannons became a historical landmark for locals to cherish and tourists to admire. Family recreation, walking up the hill, taking a tram ride up, and feeding the monkeys. Lastly, the visitor convenience. Facilities such as parking lots, prayer rooms, public restrooms, food stalls, and animal feed vendors support the tourism activity of the area. We also have identified two critical weaknesses. One, which be the wildlife management. The monkeys may exhibit aggressive behaviors such as food grabbing and attacking the visitors. Second and lastly, crowd and site management during weekends. During weekends, the crowds are usually larger, causing congestion in the area and extra waiting times towards using the public facilities.
Hi everyone, today I will present about our analysis on Antifu Cafe. It opened in 2012 by Leong Hui Ching. This cafe is situated in Kuala Selangor historical Old Town. Interestingly, the establishment hospitality route date back to 1935 when Mr. Kwang's father originally opened a Hainanese coffee shop in the home. Today, Antifu Cafe operates as much more than just as yearly. It acts as a pseudo-tourist information center. The cafe empowers travelers by providing route information and booking coordination for local attractions, such as the Firefly Cuisine and Sekinja Architecture site. It opens from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The cafe serves as a mix of local heritage dishes like nasi lemak ayam rendang alongside Western option. Additionally, they feature a rental space selling local handcraft and souvenirs. To understand the tourist experience, we analyze Google Map review and categorize the feedback into four main terms. The first term is culinary experience and quality, which comprises visitor feedback on the taste authenticity on both of their local and Western menu item. The second term is ambience and facility convenience. This highlight the physical attribute of the cafe, such as the climate control, interior decor, and its convenience as a stopover. Our third term is customer service inconsistency, which capture the wide variability in staff behavior ranging from efficiency service to documented instances of unprofessionalism. Finally, the fourth term is economic value, which paint of the visitor's perception regarding the affordability and fairness of the cafe pricing. Finally, our finding reveal clear, strange, and critical weakness for the cafe. On the plus side, tourists absolutely love their traditional food, especially the nasi lemak and chendol. The cafe is highly praised as a cool air-conditioner stopover for tourists heading to Sky Mirror, and everyone agreed their prices are very affordable. However, their major weakness is the Western food menu was heavily criticized, which like the item like the spaghetti described as a taste like canned food. But the biggest issue is the customer service. We found the alarm report, hostility, staff, eye rolling, and even menu being thrown at the table. This service failure easily ruined the good food experience and leave the one-star review. In conclusion, Auntie Fu Cafe is a great heritage spot, but management need to take the action to fix their customer service to keep their good reputation.
Hello and greetings. The second restaurant in Kuala Selangor is Selera Hari Ashraf. Selera Hari Ashraf is a seafood-focused restaurant located in Kuala Selangor, Selangor. Known for its grilled fish, fresh seafood, and Malaysian dishes, it attracts both local residents and tourists visiting the old town and nearby attractions. The restaurant is located at 19 Jalan Raja Lumo in the historic old town of Kuala Selangor. The operating hours is 4 p.m. to midnight every day except Tuesdays. The restaurant offers nasi lemak, grilled fish, seafood, and shell-out. Coding and team analysis. Firstly, culinary experience and quality. From the Google reviews that I've researched, customers generally enjoy the taste, freshness, and portion sizes of the food. However, some reviewers indicated occasional issues with food quality and consistency. Secondly, regarding the economic value of the food, many customers felt the restaurants provides good value for money through reasonable prices and generous portions, although perceptions of pricing differed among some reviewers. Location and convenience. The restaurant benefit from a strategic location near popular attractions and offers convenient parking facilities, making it easily accessible to customers. For example, the Selera Haji Ashraf is located just 100 meters to the Sky Mirror Jetty, 200 meters to Bukit Malawati, and just opposite the restaurant is the town square of Kuala Selangor, Dataran Malawati. Also, this restaurant also have customer service inconsistency. The customers' experience with service varied, with some praising the efficiency of service, while others experienced delays and long waiting times. Lastly, regarding staff professionalism, reviews highlighted both positives and negative interaction with staff, suggesting the need for greater consistency in customer service standards. Findings and discussion for Selera Haji Ashraf. The strength and attraction. Firstly, Selera Hari Ashraf has strategic location, located near major tourist attractions such as Bukit Malawati, Dataran Malawati, and the Kuala Selangor Jetty. Other than that, strong culinary experience. Customers generally praise the delicious taste, freshness, and generous portions of the restaurant food. Value for money. Many reviewers felt that the quality and quantity of food justifies the price charged. However, there are However, there are some critical weaknesses for Selera Haji Ashraf. Firstly, is the service inconsistency. Customers reported varying service speeds, with some experiencing significant delays during the visit. Other than that, there's also issues with staff professionalism. Negative reviews from Google highlighted instances of rude and unprofessional behavior from certain staff members. Other than that, food quality inconsistency. Some customers noted occasional issues with food freshness and preparation quality. The key takeaway of the restaurant: while the restaurant excelled in food quality, location and value, improvements in service consistency and staff professionalism could further enhance customer satisfaction towards this restaurant. Thank you.
Now let me introduce you to Restaurant Makanan Laut Jati. This restaurant is located at number 2 and 3 Pasir Penambang in Kuala Selangor. It operates daily from 11:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night, but do take note that it is closed on Tuesdays. What makes this place truly special is that it is built on stilts above the Selangor River, offering an open-air dining experience with natural ventilation and beautiful scenic views of passing fishing boats. It is a halal certified establishment, well known for serving fresh seafood. With a solid 4.0 star rating from around 1,800 Google reviews, it has clearly established itself as a popular dining destination in the area. Now moving on to our coding and theme analysis. From the customer reviews, we identified 6 key themes. On seafood quality and menu variety, the freshness of ingredients was highly praised, especially signature dishes like chili crab, 3 rasa sotong, and grilled stingray. However, some inconsistency in cooking execution was noted. On dining atmosphere and ambience, the riverside setting and open-air structure were consistently described as scenic and relaxing. Recent renovations have also improved cleanliness and comfort. On service quality, most visitors found staff attentive and fast, through isolated complaints about coordination, rudeness, and billing errors where there is just for room of improvement. On pricing and value for money, the majority felt prices were competitive and portions generous, though a minority thought was too high relative to food quality. On facilities and accessibility, renovated interiors received positive feedback, but concerns about toilet upkeep and limited parking remain. Finally, on dietary inclusivity, multiple reviewers noted no pork and no lard, and the restaurant's halal certification makes it accessible to Muslim tourists and wider audience. Now moving on to our findings and discussions, we have identified several key strengths and attractions. Customers consistently praise the fresh seafood quality, the scenic riverside setting, and the fact that the restaurant offers competitive pricing and dietary inclusivity to cater to different preferences. However, on the flip side, there are some critical weaknesses that need to be addressed. The reviews point toward inconsistent cooking quality and inconsistent service efficiency, which can really affect the overall dining experience. In addition, the facilities and parking available at the location are also considered a significant drawback for many visitors.
Conclusion: Kuala Selangor generally provides a positive tourism experience, particularly through its nature-based attraction, historical heritage sites such as Bukit Malawati, and local food offerings. However, our analysis also identified several recurring issues such as maintenance problems, cleanliness concerns, overcrowding, and inconsistent service quality. Overall, the district has strong tourism potential and is well positioned for Visit Malaysia 2026 by improving facilities, environmental management, and customer service standards. Kuala Selangor can further strengthen its reputation as a sustainable and attractive tourist destination. Thank you, everyone.